Ben Brown, that's a horrible way to go out.
Yeah, hugely frustrating and really deflating, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. We didn't quite know at the end. We thought it'd be close, and then we got word from the dugout that it was no good. So yeah, look, we've done everything we could tonight, but I guess on reflection we'll have to look back at the tournament rather than worrying about tonight. We did everything we could tonight and it didn't go in our way.
We'll talk about that in a moment. Just in terms of tonight, how were you sort of during the game, during the Essex innings, of how close it was?
Not really, to be honest with you. I don't think you can really plan for a team losing by nearly 100 runs in 2020, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think that game wasn't really the one we were too worried about initially today. There was lots of other things going on, and yeah, as I said, I don't think we could have done a lot more really. To win by that margin in 2020 is fairly big, and then yeah, as I say, for a team to lose by nearly 100 is pretty unlucky really.
And the shame was it was such a terrific performance by Sussex, perhaps the best of the season.
Yeah, outstanding. I didn't think it was that easy a pitch actually, and the batsman came off and felt that we got over par there probably. Nash's played out of his skin again. He's had an incredible tournament. Certainly the best tournament in 2020 cricket I've seen from him. So fantastic that he keeps improving. And yeah, Luke played brilliantly up front. And Laurie at the death really finished the innings off. They're outstanding really. And then we bowled brilliantly. I thought, in fairness to Essex, they're in a really tough position. I think by the time they had news from other games, they needed to win it in 12 overs or something. So obviously we were going to pick up wickets and they had to come and play shots, but no, I think our bowling attack's really exciting. We've got so much pace in both 2020 and 4-day cricket now, and that's a really exciting thing going forward. Joff's had obviously a huge breakthrough season, and George coming in for Tamar on numerous occasions has looked every bit the cricketer has bowled fast with a good slower ball, so, and obviously Geordie keeps going, so there's real pace in the attack, and that's the exciting thing.
I guess it wasn't really about tonight though, was it? I mean, there was 14 other matches in the competition, and perhaps there were other opportunities that were missed, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no excuses. 14 match series. Lots of people had games rained off like we did, and we didn't quite take a couple of chances. I think looking back, we drew here with Kent, or tied, so I should say, and Middlesex was probably performing. We should have got over the line on that night. So there are other games you look at, and yeah, you can't worry about tonight. It's obviously we've lost our way in the tournament earlier on, and no excuses. We've got to come back better next year because this group is so competitive.
We move on to the championship. You're the championship skipper. I guess important now that Sussex put this to bed, if you can, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got a little bit of time to recover mentally, which I think is nice. There's a bit of space before Colwyn Bay, so everyone can get their head around that. Reflect on the 2020 and then really get their heads around red ball cricket. If there's any small positive, that at least we can concentrate on the 4-day stuff. We would love to be in all the competitions, but yeah, so be it. We do feel we're on the way up in 4-day cricket. I really do think we're hunting down that second spot.
You spoke about Chris Nash and his tremendous form, and he seems to have taken that T20 form into championship cricket as well against Worcester a couple of weeks ago. So players are playing themselves into form at a good time in the season, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in previous seasons I feel we've got off to flyers at times this season and then kind of run out of steam. This year we seem to be doing it the other way around. We've kind of picked up momentum as and when we've gone. So yeah, as you say, Chris Nash's return to form at Worcester, that 100 on a tricky pitch was outstanding. Really set the game up, and yeah, hopefully people are coming into form at the right time. And as I say, the bowlers have got a good chance to rest now going into that game, and yeah, hopefully we can go all guns blazing. 5 games to go. Have you sort of set yourself a potential target, Ben, in terms of wins or points that you might need? 5 wins, yeah. We sort of spoke about it when we had 6 to go, looking to try and win 4 championship games. But things like that, it could work out differently. We felt, going and beating Worcester was obviously almost worth double because they missed out on the points as well. So, I think personally, stick to the process of what's working. I want first innings runs from the batsmen, and if we keep bowling like we do with the pace and bounce we've got, we will bowl teams out. So that if we stick to the process of the cricket we've played, I think we'll go well.
Lots of cricket played after the last few weeks. Much as you'd love to have been in the quarterfinals, is a week off. It's had a nice break for the squad now, Ben, to sort of recharge batteries. Yeah,
of course. Any break in the season is obviously welcome, but not in the fashion that you're out of 2020. It's going to be a really devastating blow for lots of us, and we've got to pick ourselves up and get on with it. But in terms of physically, yeah, of course, you'll take the week's rest and make sure bodies are ready and minds are firing, ready to go in Colwyn Bay.
And how does that? Bit of golf, or how does that work out over the next few days?
Yeah, I reckon a few boys play golf. We'll have a few days, to settle down, and I think Laurie's had an engagement party, so we'll go to that on Sunday and support him. But then after that, we'll be back in physical training, gym, and getting the guys that are a bit bruised and battered, getting them patched up, and yeah, as you say, that rest can be invaluable.
One thing I didn't ask Mark Davis earlier on was Steve McGoffin. I saw him down at Worcester walking without the aid of his boot. How close is Steve, do you know, Ben, to coming back? Is he?
Yeah, no mood moon's a positive, isn't it? It's certainly a positive. Yeah, we don't know. I think certainly not for Colwyn Bay, but you hopefully. I mean, I think it'll be just a huge bonus if we can get him back for the end of the season. Especially as the bowling group's growing around him. If you are able to chuck him back in, it's a fantastic luxury to have. So yeah, Steve's working really hard in his rehab, and who knows, he might have a big say in this championship season again.